The fluorescent lights hum softly overhead, casting a pale glow across the bookstore aisles. A young man stands still in the middle of it all, quiet, unreadable. His gaze drifts, unfocused, but his thoughts are anything but. What happened to you? The question lingers, heavy, like something pulled from deep within his past. Just beside him, a bright poster flashes into view. A familiar face, a polished smile, a confident gesture pointing forward. For inquiries about awakened registration, call hotline 7MD7. If you've witnessed unregistered awakeners or awakened-related crimes, call 555. His eyes narrow slightly. 9 years ago, you were a police academy student. The memory sharpens. A younger version of that same man. Clean-cut, upright, standing proudly, and beside him, that face again. Young Bin appeared in every public service advertisement. The present snaps back into place. The young man adjusts his grip on a shopping bag, attention drifting until, "Uncle!" A small voice cuts through the noise. He turns. A little girl stands there, clutching a book tightly against her chest, eyes bright and expectant. "I picked my book." He looks down at her, then at the cover. "What did you choose?" She lifts it proudly. "This." A bit shocked, he thought to himself, isn't this an invasion of privacy? Just because he's presumed dead doesn't mean he can be used so freely. The girl doesn't care. "I want to carry the book." Her eyes sparkle. He studies her for a moment, then softens. "Do you like it that much?" A small, certain nod. "Yes." The glass doors slide open again. They step out into the daylight. "Where are we going now?" She walks beside him, hugging the book like treasure. He answers simply, "Somewhere. I'm going to take you to the restaurant to prepare for the evening shift." Her lips pout instantly. "That's boring." A faint smile tugs at his face. "There's a lot to prepare for the evening." A pause. Then, "I'll buy you ice cream, so go home and eat it with Grandma." Her resistance melts almost immediately. Okay. The day unfolds like clockwork. The routine at the Hangover Soup restaurant went as follows. At 6 a.m., doors open. Hunters stumble in, worn and exhausted, filling empty seats with heavy steps. Steam rises, bowls clatter, voices overlap. By midday, the rush hits. Customers flood in, loud, impatient, relentless. Orders stack, time blurs, and then silence. From 2 p.m. to 5 p.m., a rare lull. He cleans, prepares, moves without pause, every motion efficient, every second accounted for. By evening, the real storm begins. Hunters return, drunk, rowdy, demanding. The noise crashes over him like waves, and yet he endures, because at 10:20 p.m., when the last customer leaves, the door finally closes. He exhales. Ugh. A quiet stretch. A tired body. Anyway, today was tough too. Good job, me. He leans back, eyes half-lidded. Living like this isn't so bad. No summoning bureau, no monsters, no danger. Just normal life. Maybe this was the life he always wanted. But darkness creeps in. However, a slow, creeping dread. Recently, Grandma's leg condition has worsened. The image of her frail, struggling burns into his mind. I'll manage the restaurant, so you should go to the hospital and get checked. Is your leg okay? It's just a bit of arthritis. What if she needed surgery? Maybe I should. He clenches his fists. Maybe I should have joined the Awakened, donated all I've saved, or just tried to live quietly. The thoughts spiral. Then, a shimmer of possibility. Dungeon spoils fetched good prices. Crystals, materials, wealth. It might help cover her surgery costs. His gaze lowers. But which dungeon should I enter and how? Silence. A phone rings. Sharp. Sudden. His head snaps up. Grandma? A voice answers, strained and familiar. Hyun is missing. Everything stops. What? Hyun is gone. I don't know when she left without me noticing. The world tilts. The world is so dangerous these days, and she went out alone. His jaw tightens. I'll contact the police first. I'll also go out and look for her. Please text me, and try to stay calm. I'm sure everything will be okay. How can I stay calm in a situation like this? Don't worry too much. Everything will be okay. Even he doesn't believe it. Be careful. Hyun couldn't have gone far, right? Don't stay out too late and come back soon. Okay? Be safe. I'll call you shortly. The line clicks. Silence. Then, movement. There were no emergency alerts, so she should be safe. He steps out. Everything will be fine. A pause. His hand rises to his face. A breath. And then, something changes. A faint glow flickers behind his eyes. A system hums to life. Tracker's eye. The world shifts. Lines, signals, data, scanning, searching, calculating. A result forms. She wasn't nearby. His eyes sharpen. Could she be somewhere farther away? He moves, faster now. Urgency replacing hesitation. And in his gaze, a cold, focused light ignites. Something within him has awakened. A pulse. A flicker. The world narrows to a single eye. His pupil trembles, glowing with an unnatural light. Violet. Alive, as if something beyond human sight has taken hold. And then, the darkness answers. A violent surge of energy erupts ahead, twisting and writhing like a living flame. Purple fire claws at the air, staining reality itself. He stops, breath steady, eyes sharp. A realization forms. Is there an awakened nearby? His voice is low, cautious, but the energy doesn't feel human, it feels wrong. He steps forward, slow at first, then faster. It wasn't a typical hunter. The flame was as sharp and immense as a monster. I have to check it out. Haeyeon could be in danger. The thought hits harder than fear ever could, and suddenly, he's moving. His figure slips into the night without hesitation. A breath. A pause. His mind begins to piece it together. Right. If it's a monster with this much energy, there would definitely be a commotion with news and alerts. He slowly peeks into the alley. The owner of the flame is an S-class hunter just like me. His gaze sharpens. Gas mask? That's a bad concept. He then turns to leave. Let's go. Before I get caught up in something troublesome. I need to find Haeyeon. But before he can take a step, a voice cuts through the tension. You... A figure appears behind him, alarmed, urgent. What are you doing out here with a ladle at this hour? A presence, cold, silent, watching. Before he can react, a shadow slips in behind him. A gloved hand, a masked face, eyes glowing an eerie violet through layered lenses. Too close, far too close. I saw everything. The voice is calm, almost amused. You, wearing an apron like a fool. The words land lightly, but the intent behind them is sharp. He flinch. Are you a civilian? A beat. Yes. A lie? Or something more complicated? The masked man tilts his head. Are you working late? But what are you doing out here at this hour? No answer. Instead, I came out to find my niece. She's not home. The air shifts. Have you seen a girl about this tall? A gesture, a height, a hope. The masked man watches, then, no, short, flat, final. Then can I go now? He turns, but... Wait, let me ask him too. A third voice cuts in from the alley. Footsteps approach. Tension thickens. In an instant, the masked man moves. A blur, a chokehold, a sharp, violent motion. The other man collapses like a puppet with its strings cut. Sorry, this guy doesn't know anything either. Casual, as if nothing just happened. You just want an excuse to kick him around. No, it's fine. Thanks for the trouble. No hesitation, no fear. I'll be going then. Hold on. A pause. What now? The masked man studies him, carefully. Strange. Have we met before? I don't think so. A quiet answer. But inside, there was no way I'd forget someone with such a distinctive look. Really? The word lingers, heavy, suspicious. You can go then. Do not spend time wandering around at night again. A warning, or a test. Thank you for your work. And just like that, he walks away, calm, measured. Silence. Then, a ripple. The masked man turns. His body tenses. Something clicks. Something wrong. He moves. Fast. Too fast. The ground cracks beneath his step as he launches forward, a violent arc of motion tearing through the air. Behind him, eyes widen. He moved on his own, not pushed, not forced, intentional. The realization hits. What kind of civilian swings a blade at someone like that? But the target is already gone. Hey, I'll be going now. I really need to find my niece. Even now, calm, detached. Still, the only odd one was a civilian. The masked man's voice sharpens. Wait. What's your name? No hesitation. Come on, just tell me. A pause. Then, no name. A quiet chuckle. You haven't decided on a name yet? The air grows strange again. Should I give you one? The tone turns playful, almost mocking. I'm thinking of starting a temporary one. Seriously, I have to go. A step forward, impatience creeping in. Aren't you worried about a child roaming the streets alone at night? A direct hit. The words land exactly where they should. Right, that's true. Then we'll find the missing kid, okay? The masked man pulls out his phone. Confident, commanding. No, I decline. A beat. I'll call the police. Firm, unyielding. Yeah. A shift, subtle, dangerous. Then I'll call the Awakened Management Bureau. Why call the Bureau? A question, but he already knows the answer. Because it's faster for hunters to find someone than the police. A step closer. And you look like you can help me catch them. Silence. Then, if we kept bickering, the conversation would never end. A hand drags across his face, tired, annoyed. What do you want from me? I'll ask 2 questions. Measured, precise. 1. That ladle is an S-class weapon unknown to the public, is that correct? A silence. 2. A pause. The air tightens. You're an unregistered awakened, correct? The glow intensifies. Those violet lenses burn brighter. Are all hunters this disrespectful nowadays? A quiet irritation, barely restrained. So you're speaking informally to me first, aren't you? A subtle pushback, a line drawn. Well, since it doesn't seem like I'll get any answers, we'll just file an unregistered awakened report. A threat? Clear? Immediate. Let's be patient. A shift. The calm cracks. I'm not an unregistered. If you're going to lie, at least put some effort into it. A step closer. I'm telling the truth. A sudden burst. Movement explodes between them. A strike. Fast. Clean. Clang. Blocked. Effortlessly. Just an ordinary ladle. The masked man's voice lowers. Curious now. Intrigued. Is it some sort of corrosion or decay ability? Analysis begins, piece by piece. And you're an unregistered awakened who managed to block my attack. A slow realization. There's no way I wouldn't know someone at your level. A beat. Then, hey. A shift in tone. Almost casual. How old are you? 24. A pause. Then, you little brat, speaking informally to a stranger. Irritation resurfaces, sharp, petty. You seem about my age, too. A step forward, confidence unwavering. Hey, I've eaten at least 5,000 more bowls of rice than you. A ridiculous claim, delivered with absolute seriousness. Even twins born a minute apart can distinguish between who's older and who's younger. A finger lifts. A lecture begins. An elder's outburst of anger. The tension lingers in the air, thick, unbroken. And then, it cracks. Okay, I understand, Hyung. The words come out lightly, almost playful. Too playful. The masked man tilts his head, caught off guard. Hyung? A beat. Silence. Then, would you prefer I call you by your name? A pause. Flat. Uninterested. No. Shall I call you Hyung? I said don't call me. Okay, Hyung. A small twitch. A vein of irritation rises instantly. That was fast. Too fast. His expression tightens. Annoyance. Sharp and immediate. This guy. Let's stop wasting time if all you want to do is talk nonsense. The air shifts again. The playfulness fades. I won't be playing along anymore. His eyes sharpen, cold, focused, done entertaining. You haven't answered my question. The masked man steps forward, voice steady. You've already asked 2 questions. A calm rebuttal, controlled, precise. One was a lie, and you didn't answer the other one. He turns his head slightly. I told you it wasn't a lie. Believe me, that's not my problem. No hesitation, no fear. And I didn't agree to answer your questions, did I? A clean cut. Final. The masked man exhales slowly. Then, how is it? You're angry too when someone's nitpicking your words, right? But before it can settle, a sound, a voice. Hello? Both of them pause. The masked man lifts a hand to his ear. Listening. Oh, really? Bring her here. A shift. Everything changes. All right, I'll send someone to come. A glance. Sharp. Take good care of her. Don't let her cry. The call ends. A beat. Then, Hyung, they found your niece. The words land softly, but hit hard. His eyes widen, just slightly. Where? The playground next to the church. Silence. A breath. All right. A pause. Thanks. He turns, ready to leave, ready to run. And then, a voice stops him. Lee Sa-young. He freezes. Slowly, turns back. My name. The masked man stands there, still, composed, yet somehow more real than before. The glow behind his lenses dims slightly. Just enough. See you next time. And just like that, the distance between them closes and widens at the same time, because now he has a name, and names have weight.